Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with your same module, that is employment or the employability and the professional development. That is how to develop the employability skills and how to develop the professional skills, that is employability and the professional development. In the last class we have started this module, that is employability and the professional development, right? So let's continue with this session. Let's continue with this module, that is employability and the professional development. This is general module, not technical module, because everything you know, you most of the student that is in the Edexcel is mostly the working students. So there is no concept of the working professional, that is how to understand them. So there will be employability and the professional development. So let's start with the previous class session. Let's start with the previous class scenario or what we have covered in the last class. So in the last class we have started with the introduction, that is introduction to the employability and the professional development, and we also talked about the introduction to the various scenarios, introduction to the chapter, or introduction to the various, we can say the module that is available in the Edexcel, that is level 4 Edexcel, that is used in this one. Then we have discussed about the introduction of the employability and the professional development, that is how to why there is a need for the development of the professional, or why there is a need for the development, that is how to build the development skills, or how to build the, we can say, the employment skill, development skills, that is the part of the development criteria, that is the career development. So this guide is designed to help the user, that is this guide means this module is used to help the higher education staff. That higher education staff means the staff that is working somewhere, but that is also a student that like you, that understand more clearly the relationship of career development learning to strategies that is designed to enhance the employability of the student. That is how to increase the employability of student, that is how the student get their employability, that is employability of the student. So this guide is generally aimed at the following. So staff who are responsible for the curriculum design, that is staff that is responsible for the curriculum design, that is also responsible for this one. Staff within the teaching department and career services who are responsible for the delivery of curriculum component that is concerned with the career development learning. That is whatever the staff that is responsible for curriculum design, that is the curriculum will be designed, that is a staff, and also the staff that is also available for the teaching department and career services who are responsible for the delivery of curriculum component that is available, that is used for the career development. So we have discussed about the theory and whatever the themes that is covered, that includes the nature of employability strategies within the higher education and the place of career development that is used with the strategies that is used. And next is the nature of the career development learning, that is what is the nature of the career development learning, how to develop the, or what is the main criteria for developing the nature of the career development learning. Then the ways in which the career development learning can be implemented within the higher education. Then the roles of the teaching department and of the career services in implementing the career development learning. Then next is the, we have discussed about the preview of the key point, that is what are the key point that is used in this one. The putting attention within the higher education to enhancing the student employability respond to student motivation and to policy concern. It can reinforce rather than the threaten the traditional academic value that is used and that requires the organizational change within the higher education. That is what is educational change, how to use the educational change, that is the main requirement for the educational change. Then next is definition of the employability that can focus on the immediate employment, that is what is the main requirement for the employment, what is the main motto for the employment, or immediate employability or the sustainable employability. The third of these in particular requires attention to be paid to the long-term career development. That is the attention is also paid to the long-term career development, that is how to develop the career, that is the long-term career development. Then again the attention is given to the career development in definition of the sustainable development, that is growing fast. That is also one of the main point that we have discussed, that is how to make the, or how to develop the career, that is the career development. Then the terminology that is used to describe the career development learning in higher education has fluctuated. These are the few points that is covered in the last class regarding the various concern, regarding the various, we can say, the key point that is used for the career development, that is used for the employability and the professional development. In a number of institutions, close links have been established between the career development learning and the processes of the personal development planning. And the teaching and the learning method that is used in the career development learning needs to be personally engaging. That is they take the world of the or that is they need to make the world of real world that is used for the direct experiences of the work. Then the career services within the university that can also make a sustainable contribution to the career development learning. Then we will discuss about the sustainable employability also in the last class. That is, what is the sustainable employability? Sustainable employability means the employability that is sustained, that is we can say the skill, that is we can say the we can trust on it, that is sustainable employability. So first point is benefits of the focus on the employability. That is, what are the various benefits that is available on the focus of the employability. So the attention within the higher education to enhancing the student employability potentially serves a number of important purposes. So there are multiple important purposes that is used for the employability, that is focus on the employability. What are the various reasons why there is an impact on the various employability? First is it responds to the student motivations for entering higher education. So whenever there will be employability, so there is a motto of the every student, that is for entering the higher education, that is the focus on the employability. A survey of the school students found that most personal reasons cited for going to university were along with to study a subject that really suits me. So there are three vocational learning that is available. That is to have a professional career, to improve my job aspects, or to gain entrance to a well-paid career. Secondly, it responds to the policy concern in two aspects. So there are two policy concerns that is used. So as per the government, the higher education is very mandatory. That is very useful for the development of the country's human capital. The more employable students are, the greater the economic yields is likely to form from this investment. Then expanding the higher education is also designed to serve the social equality goals, that is by increasing the access for the disadvantaged group. So whatever the group that is used, that is taking the disadvantage, that is taking the, we can say, the disadvantage of the higher education if there is a failure of the education. Third, far from determining wider academic values, it can be interpreted as reinforcing such values in three aspects. Either emphasis on the generic competences rather than the direct subject relevance. It can help to resist the creeping vocationalism in terms of the course content and to legitimate the continuing value of the traditional academic disciplines. Next, because of the generic competencies valued by the employer are developed largely through the active learning and learning processes, a constructive alliance can be taken up or a corrective alliance can be made up. Because these generic competencies can also be developed through active extracurricular activities, that is used and the employability agenda can reaffirm the value of the wider student experience, that is also including the participating in the student organized activity. And then we will discuss about the competing definitions of the employability. That is, what are the various definitions of the employability? So first of all, the employability is divided into three categories. One is the immediate employability, that is used. One is the deferred employability, one is the sustainable employability. So first are the aspect that is divided, that the immediate employability, that is the graduate first employment statistics have so for some time being used as a performance indicator in the higher education. So whatever the employability that is used for the higher performance indicator, that is used in the HEFCE 2001. It was, however, being widely recognized that being a, or they have been a crude measure in three aspects. They have been based on the data that is collected 6 months after the graduation. This takes the inadequate data that is used, that is the inadequate amount of length of time with which the graduates can or take to manage their transition into a graduate level jobs, where or whether because they have deferred job application until after their final examination. And then next is the next approach, that is the next aspect is used, that is they have no count of the levels of the jobs entered and whether jobs have a significant use of graduate users or not. Then student success in gaining employment is determined not by the effects of their higher education but also by the effect of their pre-existing attribute that is developed by using the employability skills. So one is known as the immediate employment, The second are the definition which also focus on the immediate employability. The third is known as the sustainable employability. So there are some limitations of the immediate employability. So there comes into the picture that is a sustainable employability. These are concerned with the ability not only to secure a first job but also to remain the employable throughout the life. That is a sustainable employability. That is a employer or the employee is sustain, or we can say the manage or remain in the job till the employer cannot vanish or cannot terminate the employee. Early formulation of the second and the third of these definitions focus strongly on the skills, various framed as the personal transferable skills, key skills, core skills, generic skills, and the employability skills. And employability is viewed as a following interrelated components. So what are the various components? One is the understanding. Understanding means viewed as a being broader and deeper than the knowledge. That is the understanding. Then next is the skills. That is a skillful practice which includes the deployment of the skills. Then efficiency or efficiency beliefs. So one is the understanding, next is the skills, next is the beliefs, next is the mecha or meta cognition. That is a self-awareness regarding their issues, regarding their capacity to learn. Now next is the sustainability and the career development. That is the today's topic. That is, what is the meaning of sustainability and what is the relationship between the sustainability, employment, and the career development. So the attention to the career development in definitions of the sustainable employability has not been or has not always been strong. The first point is night and yoga include skillful, careful planning and interview technique in their list of 7 meaning of employability. That is one of the name, that is a night and the yoga, that is in 2004, that is a P25, that includes the skillful career planning. Skillful career planning means my planning for my career is very skillful, and interview technique in their list of 7 meanings of employability. But the specification of interview technique tends to restrict the focus, as does the accompanying note, which suggests that its concern is with knowing the rules of the job seeking game. That is, knowing the rules of the job seeking game. That is, what are the various rules of the job seeking games. Then next is the definition of employability offered by the yoke, which focus on the skills, understanding, and the personal attributes that makes a graduate more likely to gain employment and be successful in their chosen occupation. That is, graduates are more liable or more likely to gain the employment and be successful in their chosen occupation. That is used, that can be read as a assuming that graduates will remain within a single occupation, not attending to the competencies that is required to manage the progression within and possibly across the occupation. So this is the definition of the employability that is offered by the yoke, that focus on the skills, understanding, and the personal attributes that makes graduate more likely to gain employment and be successful in their chosen occupations. Similarly, much of the now extensive literature on the employability is higher education. Example, the early development or document in the series pay little attention to the conceptual work on the career development or to the work that has been done on the career development learning phase. These are the few definitions that is provided by the career development, that is provided by various authors about the career development. Similarly, much of the now extensive literature on the employability in higher education, example, the earlier documents in the series, pay little attention to the conceptual work on the career development or to the work that has been done on the career development learning. So much of the now extensive literature on the employability is done on the or available on the conceptual work on the career development. On the other hand, the policy-oriented analysis by the Hillage and the Pollard suggests that one of the 4 major or main elements of employability is a deployment. So one of the 4 major that is available with the employability is one of the major concern is the deployment. That is how to deploy or how to use the various stuff. That is a deployment, that is the extent to which the individuals are aware of what they got and how they choose to use it. That is, what they got means what their requirement and how they choose to use it in the environment. And defines this to compromise career management skills, job search skills, and the extent to which they are adaptable to the labor market development and realistic about labor market opportunities. Then second point is the university's UK report enhancing employability, recognizing diversity states that employability development had three focuses, that is the development of employability attributes, then willingness to learn and reflect on the learning, then development of self-promotional and the career management skills, that is how to develop the employability attributes and how to what is the willingness to learn and reflect on the learning, and how to develop the self-promotional and career management skills, that is how to manage the skills, how to manage the self-promotion and the career management skills. Then the code of practice that is issued by the Quality Assurance Agency for Higher Education states that higher government institutions should prepare students not only for a successful transition to employment but also for the effective management of their career thereafter. That is how to increase their career or how to manage their career. That is also one of the major benefit for the career development. Now, next is the fourth one, that is the career development learning. That is how to develop the career, that is the career development learning. So this is the career development learning that is used. That is what is the terminology that is used for the career development. So that is the career development technology that is used. That is used in the scenario-based scenario. That is used in the scenario-based development. That is the career development technology. So what is the terminology that is used to describe the career development learning in higher education has fluctuated? That is the main terminology that is used. So whatever the term that is used, whatever the things that is used to describe the career development learning that is used in the higher education, that has been fluctuated. For some times the term was career education, that is the career education means how to what are the various aspects that is used for the career, that is the career education. So for some time the term used was the careers development or the career education. This term came into the common usage in UK schools in the early 1970s, School Council 1972, and began to be applied within the higher education later in the same decade. So whatever the decade that is used, that is applied in the same decade, that is applied for the common format, and it has retained currency in the schools, but partly perhaps for this reason has lost some ground within the higher education. That is used for the school, that is used in the schools, that is used for the latest currency or the retained currency in the schools, though it is still widely used there. Example, AGCA S 2005, QAA 2001. In the 1990s, that is used the term the career management skill, that is the term that is used, that is the career management skill, that began to be used fairly extensively within the higher education. So the career development terms is used with the higher development that is used. It was used, for example, to describe a government funded development program that is covering 8 institutions. So for example, it is going to discover that is a government funded institution covers the 8 institution or the that scheme or that program covers the 8 institutions, that is the hustler as at the 1998. The term career development has previously been used in the 1980s to describe policies and practices. So that career development means that is used to describe the policies and the practices, that is what are the various policies and what are the various practices that is used by the large business organization to develop the career of the middle and the senior management that is used. So whenever we use the development, whenever we use the career that is used to build the career development that is used by the large business organization, means in which there are more employees are available to develop the career of their middle and the senior management. However, it has been used to describe the career self-management also. That is, they can also use the term that is a career own self-development that is used, that is self-management. Uh, the term career development learning that is used, that is of the most recent origin that is used, that is the most recent, we can say the growing demand for the career development learning. The reason for its growing usage within the higher education is in the UK is linked to the growing reaction against the limitations of the languages of the skills and of the skill based views of the employability. In particular, it can encompass the notion of the supplementing attention to career management skills with the use of career development theory as a knowledge based, intellectually or intellectually rigorous frame which can be shown by student as a tool for the self-understanding. So this can be used as a tool for the self-understanding that is used as the researchers of their own lives. So whatever the research that is used for the researchers of their own lives, that is a career management skills. Now next is the definition. That is the definition that is defined by multiple, we can say the different authors, different persons. So career education was defined by the VETs following laws and the words as consisting of the planned experiences designed to facilitate the development of. That means career education means that is used to define the that consists of the planned experiences. That is what are the various planned experiences that is designed to facilitate the development of. That is how to facilitate the development of, or what is the criteria for facilitating the development of. Development of self-awareness, that is also a part of the career development. That is self-awareness means believe in yourself. That is a self-awareness, that is believe in yourself, that is how to use them, that is self-awareness. That is in terms of the interest, abilities, values, and the etc. That is self-awareness means aware about your yourself, that is self-awareness. Then opportunity awareness, so one is the self-awareness, that is in terms of the interest, abilities, values, etc. Then opportunity awareness, that knowing what work experience or what work opportunities exist and what their requirements are. That is what are their opportunities and what their requirements are, that is used for the career development. Then next is the decision learning, that is how to make the decision, that is a decision learning, that is a decision making skill. So this is also one of the skill that is used for the career development. That is there should be a proper decision making skill so that you can take the decision, or anyone can take the decision in the decision making skill. That is a decision learning. So that is a decision learning, that is taking into consideration that some variable or more of the variable that is used for the career development, that is used for the decision making skill. So that is a decision making skill that is used for the decision learning. Then the transition learning, that includes the job search and the self presentation skill. That is a how to search the job, that is what are the various criteria for seeking or searching the jobs. And the self presentation skill, that is how to present themselves, or how to what are the various criteria, what are the various skills, we can say, not the criteria, that is a technical term. What are the various skills that is used for the career development? So career development includes the following terms, that is self-awareness, opportunity awareness, decision learning, and the transition learning. So these are the four parts of the career development by which we can develop the career, or anyone can develop the career that is used for the career development. These are the four skills that is very mandatory, that is very common for the career development. So these are the various definitions that is defined by the VET, and following the laws and the VET, that is consist of the planned experiences that is designed to facilitate the development of self-awareness, opportunity awareness, decision learning, and the transition learning. So these are the four parts. And self-awareness means increasing the interest, abilities, values. And the opportunity awareness means knowing what are the various opportunities, or what work opportunity exists and what are their requirements. Then decision learning, that means a decision making skill that is used. Then the transition learning, that includes the job search and the self presentation skills. These are the four parts of the career development that is used. One is the self awareness, one is opportunity awareness, one is the decision learning, and one is the transition learning. So these are the four parts by which we can increase our career, that is the career development parts. And this formulation that is widely used for the DOTS model, that is used for the DOTS model means that was adopted by the Hillage and the Pollard, and the similar model was used in the quantitative producing theory of the career development, that is in the USA. And this will reframe the DOTS model, that will reframe the DOTS learning goal that is used, that it is a series of the learning outcome that is used for the each of them. Now next is the career education learning outcome, that is what are the various outcome that is available. So when we follow the approach of the self-awareness, what is the outcome, what is the main output that is available after this theory, what is the main skill that is required for after this theory, that is a career education learning outcome that is adopted from the AGCAS 2005. So one is the self-awareness that is used, that is identify knowledge, abilities, and transferable skill that is developed by one's degree. Identify the what is the knowledge, or which is the knowledge, what is the ability and transferable skill that is used to develop the one's degree. Then identify the personal skills and how these can be deployed. That is getting the personal skills that is used, that is how they can get employed, that is the personal skills that can get employed. Then identify the one's interest, value and the personality in the context of the vocational and the life learning. That is how to develop the skills and how to manage the skills, how to develop the one's interest, that is the values and the personality that is in the context of the vocational and the life learning or life planning that is used. That is identify the learning outcome or the education learning outcome that is used for the career development. Then identify the strength and the weaknesses and the areas requiring the further development. That is how to manage the further development, or how to, we can say, the bring the weaknesses and the strength. That is what are the various strengths and what are the various weaknesses that is used for the career development, and what are the various areas in which there will be a further development. That is areas in which the career development will takes place, or areas in which the further development will takes place. Then develop a self-reflective sentence to the academic value, to the academic sentence or the work and their other activities. That is how to develop the skills, how to develop the value that is used for the various academic and the other activities. Then synthesize one's keys, strength, goals and the attention that will be used, that is given to the motivation into the rounded personal profile. So these are the we can say the career education learning outcomes. So after getting the career development skills, so these are the various outcomes, these are the various output that is available from the career development skills. So one is the identify the knowledge, that is from the self-awareness. These are the outcomes from the self-awareness, when we getting the interest, when we getting the abilities, values and the much more. So first is identify the knowledge, abilities and the transferable skills that is developed by one's degree. Then identify the personal skills and how these can be deployed. Then identify the one's interest, values and the personality in context of the virtual or vocational and the life learning. Then identify the what are the various strengths and the weaknesses and the areas for the further development. Suppose I have a weakness of some point, so how to develop or how to remove that weakness. That is identify the strength and the weaknesses and identify the further development parts. Then develop a self-respective or reflective stance to academic work and the other activities. Next is the opportunity awareness, next part. So what are the various outcomes from the opportunity awareness? That includes the knowing what opportunities exist and what are their requirements. That is what are the various opportunities, what are the main goals that is available and what are their requirements that is used. So demonstrate knowledge of general trends in graduate employment and opportunities for graduate in one's discipline. So demonstrate means identify, or we can say the publish the knowledge of the general trends that is in the general graduate employment and the opportunities for the graduate in one's discipline. Then demonstrate understanding of the requirements of the graduate recruiters. That is demonstrate the value, demonstrate the understanding of the requirements of the graduate recruiters that is used. Then demonstrate research-based knowledge of the typical degree-related career options and options in which one is interested. That are the various outcomes from the opportunity awareness that is used. So demonstrate the knowledge of the general trend that is used in the career development that is used for the graduate employment. Then demonstrate the understanding of the requirements of the graduate recruiter. That is what are the various recruiters that is used, or that is used for the recruiter, or that is used for the graduate recruiters. Then demonstrate the research-based working or knowledge of the typical degree-based career that is used for the career development and the options in which one is interested. Then next is the decision making, and that is what are the various outcomes that is available from the decision making. So first is identify the key elements of career decision making. That is what are the various key elements that is used for the career decision making. What are the, we can say, the content or the output of the career development or decision making in the context of life planning. That is identify the key elements of the career decision making that is used for the career development. These are the various outcomes. So whenever we take the decision, whenever we take the multiple of we can say the alternative for the decision making that is used in the context of the life planning. These are the outcomes of this one, that is a decision making skill. So this is the skill that is required for the decision learning. Then relate the self-awareness to the knowledge of different opportunities. Suppose I have a self-awareness of one thing, I have knowledge of one criteria, for example C language. So I can relate the C language to the C++ to the with the Java, with the Oracle, with other programming language, so that my opportunities, my self-awareness will increase automatically. So relate the self-awareness, relate the knowledge of self-awareness to the other opportunity, other criteria that is available with the self-awareness. Then evaluate how personal priorities may impact upon future career option. That is, what are the various personal priorities that will impact upon the future career option. That is a use for the career option, that is used for the personal priorities option, that is the future career option. That is, evaluate how the personal criteria, for example, if personally one person is correct, so that have a or that he has a strength, or he or she has a strength to impact upon the future career options. The next is devise a short medium term career development action plan. That is the next part. That is a devising a short medium term career development action plan, that is also used, that is also based on the decision making. Then identify the tactics for addressing the role of chance in the career development. That is, identify the role that is used for the tactic in the career development, that is addressing the role of chance that is used in the career development. Then review changing plans and the ideas on an ongoing basis. That is a review the what are the various changes that is used, what are the various content that is used for the changing plans and the ideas on an ongoing basis. That is the next part. The next is the transition learning. That is what is the transition learning? To demonstrate the understanding of effective opportunities, such strategies that is used. Then apply understanding of recruitment. So what is the transaction learning? That is the main outcome of transaction learning, that is including the job search and the self-preservation skills. So how to search the jobs and what are the various self-execution skills, self-learning skills that is available with the job learning. So demonstrate the understanding of effective opportunity search strategies. That is how to demonstrate what is the working of the effective opportunity, or working we can say the opportunity search strategies that is used for the career development. Then apply the understanding of recruitment selection method through application. That is how to apply them, how to use them, that is what are the various method, what are the various selection criteria that is used for the applications. Then demonstrate ability. So there will be ability for the demonstration, for the presentation, that is used to use relevant vacancy information, including the ways of accessing the unadvertised vacancy. That is how to use the vacancy information that includes the various ways of accessing the unadvertised vacancy that is used for the relevant or for the various vacancy information. Then next is identify the challenges. That is what are the various challenges or what are the various factors that is used for the various challenges, that is used for the define an obstacle to success in obtaining the sustainable or suitable opportunity. That is what are the various opportunities and what are the various strategies to address the opportunity that is used in the career development. So identify the challenges and the obstacles to success in the obtaining the suitable opportunities, strategies for addressing them. Then demonstrate the capacity to the very self-presentation to meet the requirement of specific opportunities. So that means demonstrate means present the capacity of to a very self-presentation to meet the requirement of specific opportunities. That is what are the various opportunities that is used for the specific development, that is used for self-management skills. The next is the demonstrate the ability to present oneself. So there will be a demonstration, there will be a presentation. So that will be that is one of the skill that is used to present the oneself effectively in the selection interviews. So one should be presentable in the selection interviews that will be used and the other selection processes. So one should be presentable in the selection interview that is going on or that is carrying on. That is also a part of the career development. And the other selection processes that is also used for the selection criteria. Then next is the identify the challenges. That is what are the various challenges and the obstacle, that is what are the various hindrances that is used to adopt the successfully challenging task, that is used to adopt the successfully to the new environment, to the new criteria and the strategies that is used for the addressing them. That is, what are the various new strategies, what are the various new criteria that is used for changing the environment, and what are the various new strategies that is used to address them. So identifying the challenging and the obstacles that is used for adapting the strategies to the new environment and strategies for the addressing them. Then demonstrate awareness of attitude crucial to the achievement of the one goals. That is, identify or demonstrate what are the various attitude, what are the various, we can say, the attitude that is crucial to the achievement of one goal. That is, demonstrate the awareness of the attitude that is used for the achievement of the goals. Note, in the AGCA 2005 document, these learning outcomes are set at two levels, that is the threshold level and the exemplary level. Now let's start the session again. So next is the demonstrate the awareness of the attitude, that is what are the various attitude that is available that is crucial to the achievement of the one's goal. So one's goal can be achieved with the various attitude that is available for the achievement of the goal. Note that in the AGCA's 2005 development that is used for the development of the file, that is used for the development of the various technologies. So that have a learning outcome at the two level. There are two levels at which the learning outcome is available. One is the threshold and one is the exemplary, to mark the low and the high point in the career development. Then the career self management focus less on the learning outcomes than on the behavior. So whenever we use the career self management focus or self management process, that will focus on the high criteria, that will focus on the criteria that will be used for the self development, that will focus less on the learning outcome than on the personal or than on the behavior that people can use to eliminate or resolve the threatening condition they would otherwise experience in their careers. It has been defined by the King 2004 as comprising the three groups of behavior. One is the positioning behavior, one is the influence behavior, one is the boundary management. And this formation is focused mainly on the criteria of the development, or mainly on the adults in the mid career. That is, the mid career will be used for the adult of the doubts. Then the box 2, next is the box 2, that is the career self-management behavior that is used, that is the King 2004, that is the career self-management behavior. So that positioning the behaviors, make sure one has the contact skills and the experience to achieve one desired career outcome. So whatever the desired outcome career, that will be achieved by using the positioning behavior, by using the strategies that is used for positioning the mobility opportunities. Then strategies that is used in the investment in the human capital, that is what are the various strategies that is used for the human capital, that is investing in training or the educational qualification. That is also one of the criteria that is used for the strategies that is available for the development of the strategies. Then next is the active network development. That is a active network development means there will be active development of the network, that is the network will be developed in an active manner. Then the job content innovation, that is the development of the sustained or substantive changes in the methods of the procedure that is used to perform the job task, that is what are the various job tasks that will be available. And the enlargement of the one's effective task environment, that is what is the task environment and how effective they are using for the task environment. Then this is positioning behavior, that is the first part, that is the positioning behavior. Next is the influence behavior. So one is the positioning behavior, next is the influencing behavior that is used for the development of the career development, that is the influence behavior, that actively attempting to influence the decision of the key gatekeepers to decide the career outcome. That is whatever the career outcome that will be used, that will be desired for the career development, that is the influence behavior. That includes the self promotion, that includes the integration or ingradation or ingradiations, that making oneself more attractive to the other. And then upward influence, that increasing the gatekeepers in understanding of one's desired outcome and their sense of obligation to deliver them. That is the upward influence, that is the influence that is used for the upwarding stage, that is used for the upwarding criteria, that is the upward influence. Then next is the boundary management. That is balancing the demands of work and the non-work domain. That is balancing the demand of both the work and non-work domain. That is what are the various demand. That is how to manage the work and the unwork or non-work domains. That includes the boundary maintenance. That includes the role transition. Boundary maintenance means that concerned with the location of the boundary, that is between the work and the workflow management, that will use for the various development, that is used for. Next is the career management of the self-reliance or the effective learning and the outcome or reflective learning skill that will be used, that is used for the development of the skill. That is the career management or self-reliance effective management skills. So first is the self-awareness. On the basis of self-awareness, what are the various career management skills, or what are the various learning outcomes that will be used for the various skills, that is the career development of the career management skills. So first one is able to perform or able to give the value, that is used for the career development. So able clearly to identify skills, values, interest and other personal attribute, that is how to develop them, how to able to clearly identify the skills, values, interest and the other personal attribute, that is the self awareness criteria. Then able to pinpoint the core strength and the differentiating factor, that is how to pinpoint the core strength, what are the various strength and what are the various differentiating factor that will be used for the career development. Then equipped with the evidence of the ability, that is the summary statement, record of the portfolio that will be used, that the evidence of the abilities that is used. Then actively willing to seek feedback from others and able to give the constructive feedback, that is the willing to seek the feedback from the other parties that is used and to give the constructive feedback to the other departments. Then ability to identify areas for the personal, academic and professional development, that is how to identify what are the various areas, that is the personal area, that is the academic area and the professional area of professional development. Then next is the self promotion. So one is the self awareness, these are the various outcomes, these are the various career management skills, that is the effective learning skills. Next is the self promotion, that is how to promote themselves, that is self promotion. So first is the able to define and promote own agenda, that is able to define what is the agenda and how to promote that agenda, how to regulate that agenda, that is able to define and promote the agenda. Then can identify the customer needs, that is academic, community, employer, and can promote own strength in a convincing way. So can identify what are the customer needs, what are the needs of the customer that will be used, and can promote their own strength in a convincing way, that is in a convincing way, how to identify or how to manage their strength, that will be both written and orally, that is selling the benefit to the customer, not simply the features, that is a self promotion expert. Then exploring the and creating the opportunity, that is how to explore and how to create the opportunities, what are the various outcomes in terms of the career management. So first is able to identify, create and investigate and to seize the opportunities, that is how to identify, how to investigate and how to resize or seize the opportunity that is used for the career development. Then has a research skills to identify the possible sources of information, help and the support, that is what are the various possible sources of information, what is the help, and what is the support criteria for the opportunities level. Then next is the action planning, that is able to plan a course of action which addresses where am I now, where do I want to be, how do I get there, that is the action planning for this one. And then the next action planning is able to implement an action plan by organizing time effectively, identifying the steps needed to reach the goal, and preparing the contingency plan. That is how to organize a time effective manner, or how to organize the goals in an, or how to organize them by organizing the time effectively. That is how to manage the time effectively. How to identify the steps that is needed to reach the goal. That is what are the various steps that is needed to reach the goal, and how to prepare the contingency plan. So this is able to implement the plan or the action plan by preparing the contingency plan, or by effectively manage the timing, identifying the steps that is needed to reach the goal, and preparing the plans for reaching out the criteria. Then next is able to implement an action plan by organizing this one, this is covered. Then able to monitor and evaluate the progress against specific objective, that is first of all, monitor, that is evaluate, or that is we can say the check out and evaluate the progress against the specific objective. That is what are the various specific objective that will be used, that is how to monitor, that is how to analyze and evaluate the progress against the specific objectives. That is able to monitor and evaluate the progress against the specific objectives. The next is a networking, that is the next career management goal, that is aware of the need to develop the network of the context. That is aware of the need, that is what is the various need that is used to develop the network of the context. Then able to define, develop and maintain a support network for devices and the information that is used. So that is how to define the resources, that is how to gain the resources that is used for the career development. Then has a good telephonic or good telephone skill, that is there will be good telephone skill that will be used to manage the, or that is used to develop the good communication or good telephonic skills or good telephone skills. So aware of the need of to develop the network of contacts, able to define, develop and maintain a support network for advice and information, and that has a good telephonic skills, that is a networking part. The next is the matching and the decision making, that is how to match the decision, that is how to manage the decision and how to make the decision making, that is the matching and decision making. So this includes understanding the personal priorities and the constraint, that is what are the personal priorities that is used for the various constraints, including the need for a sustainable balance of work and the home line, that is what is the need for the sustainable development, sustainable balance of work, that is how to work, and what is the home life for this one. Then able to match the opportunities to core the skills, knowledge, values and the interest, etc. That is how to match the opportunities, what are the various opportunities to core the skills, knowledge, values, interest, etc. Then able to make an informed decision based on the available opportunities, that is how to inform the, or how to manage the informed decision that is able to, that is based on the available opportunities. Then next is a negotiation, that is a negotiation, that is the next concept, that is able to negotiate the psychological contract from a position of powerlessness, that is how to manage or how to negotiate the psychological contract, how to manage the psychological contract, that is from a position of the powerlessness. Then able to reach the win-win argument or win-win agreement, not argument, this is agreement, that is able to meet the condition, that is will both the sides will win, that is the receiver side as well as the buyer side will win, that is the win-win arguments. Then political awareness, that is understand the hidden tensions and past struggles within the organizations, that is what are the various struggles, what are the various tensions and the past struggles that is used in the, that is used within the organization, that is the political awareness. Then aware of the location of the power and influence within the organization, that is what is the power, what is the influence that is used within the organization. Then coping with the uncertainty, that is what are the uncertainty, that is how to coping that uncertainty. The first point is able to adapt the goals in the light of changing circumstances, that is able to adapt the goal, that is what are the various goals that is used in the light of the changing circumstances that is used. Then able to take the pyramid or myriads of tiny risk, that is how to copy them or how to use the uncertainty that is used, that is able to take the myriads of tiny risk, that is getting the risk or evaluating the risk and performing the action for reducing the risk. The next is the development focus, that is committed to lifelong learning, that is the first part of the first career management is that is committed to the lifelong learning. Then understand the preferred method and style of learning, that is what is the preferred method and what is the style of learning, that is the development focus. Then reflect on the learning from experiences good and bad, that is what are the various experiences that is used. So reflect on the learning, that is what are the various experiences and how to get them, either they are the good and the bad criteria. Then able to learn from the mistake of others, that is the development focus, this is important, that is able to learn from the mistake of others. So if anyone can mistake, so any output, any mistake that is done, that will be a, we can say the challenge, that will be a learning from us or from anyone, that will be used to learn mistake from the others. Then next is transfer skill. That is a transfer skill that is able to apply the skills to the new context. That is a what are the new contexts that will be used for the applying the skills. In some aspects, example, the reference to customer needs rather than just employer needs, and to creating as well as exploring the opportunities. So in some respects, the Hawking and the Winner list potentially the incorporates options related to self-employment as well as the employment. That is related to the self-employment as well as the employment part. This focus should or could, however, be made more explicit and extending a gate deal further. And the programs that is used in education for entrepreneurship and enterprise are limited. So whatever the program that is used in the education, that will include the entrepreneurship and the enterprise, that are very limited and to be found in less than the third of the higher education institutions. Where they exist, they are often timetabled separately from the career development learning. That is how to separate them with the career development learning. What are the various timetable objects that will be used for the table development learning or career development learning. But the two areas are closely related and can be found they are combined. That is the AGCA and the P20. Next is the relevance to the employability. That is how the career development is, or what are the various skills, or what are the various career management skills that will be relevant for the employability. This topic I am going to start in the next class, in the tomorrow's class. That is the relevance to the employability I am going to start in the tomorrow's class. So that's all for today's session. Thank you so much everyone for listening me, and if there is any doubts, any suggestions, any query, you can ask the doubts from me. So thanks a lot everyone. Bye bye. Tomorrow's topic is relevance to the employability. That is what are the various career management skills that is relevant to the employability, that is very effective for the employability. Thanks a lot everyone. Bye bye.